Hey everybody, this is Eddie Ift, and before we start this episode, our continuation with Al Jackson. Al Jackson. You know that name, you can tell right there, Al Jackson, that he sounds like a computer programmer. Well, he's not. He's a comedian, funny guy, great episode. I'm here with Farside, who's going to do the intro because apparently I don't do them well.
So, I'm here to win you over. Lalit is playing with a dog and not playing with herself, which is nice. And I was just hoping that we could bother you for your time on the internet.
All right, Eddie. All right, shut up. Here's what you do. Just go to our website, JimandEddieTalkShit.com. JimandEddieTalkShit.com. There's packages that you buy, DVDs, T-shirts, posters, whatever. The money that you spend, we give you those things, but the money you spend goes to keeping this show going. Thank you very much. Please donate. It goes to PayPal. You donate the money. We keep the show going. You guys are loyal fans. We couldn't ask for better fans. You're fucking crazy. We love the shit you do. Keep it up. Fucking come see our live shows. Check Jim out at JimJeffries.com. EddieIf.com. Go to our Facebook, Jim and Eddie Talk Shit, and go to our Twitter at Talking Shit News, and comment on iTunes. We're looking for a new salesperson. Monty has left us. The hot chick has left. Send an email to jimandEddie@yahoo.com if you're interested in a job. It's actually the only paying job. Yeah, sorry, Farside. So give us an email. Send us your resume if you're into radio sales, because we need ads. We need money. That's what we do. We beg for money. Then we give you an hour of show. Goodbye. Listen to the show.
Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
He has no loyalty.
No.
It's all about Jason.
Yeah, I think if we don't have to worry about this, but if Jason ever did get really, really like famous or popular, he'd be the biggest asshole celebrity ever.
Wouldn't return any of our
Oh,
friends.
the worst.
Yeah.
Who do they say is the worst, though? Like, it's supposed to be like a terrible person.
Katherine Heigl, I've heard.
I'll say this just because I've been hanging out with some directors lately. I heard that, what's his name? The guy who played Jim Morrison. What's his name? Val Kilmer.
Nightmare.
Yeah, I've heard that
meant
before.
to be a fucking
I
nightmare.
see him
of
at
a
my
guy.
bank. We have the same bank.
We worked at the same gym. He drives like a 94 Volvo. I don't know whether it's gone rough or he just wants to be incognito in a shitty car.
They said that's why he wasn't bigger. It's because he was such an asshole.
Yeah.
Like he was getting, after he did Willow, he could have done fucking anything he wanted to.
Willow, Top Gun, man. I mean,
Yeah. You see where I went? Fucking,
Yeah, but
my balls are in a mason
but
jar in the kitchen.
But they reckon
You guys know Willow?
They reckon that movie, the Isle of Dr. Monroe or whatever, was one of Marlon Brando's last films. He got fired. Val Kilmer got fired at the end, and they just used like the footage they got of him, like he was dead on set. You know, like when Brandon Lee died,
Yeah,
they go,
when they
"We
did
think
The
we have
Crow."
enough stuff. We
Yeah.
think we have enough stuff to finish this film." As soon as they thought they may have had enough stuff, they fired him. Like that's how, and like Brando was remarkably fucky to work with then as well.
He's pretty much let himself go too. I
Yeah.
mean, he looks like the mother from Throw Mama from the Train.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in bad shape. Like you look at Val Kilmer and you're like, dude, you need to fucking stop whatever you're doing, everything you're doing.
Wow.
You're bad. You're fucking. He's just like, he just looks
Yeah.
like that fat guy that you can hear. You can hear how fat he is by his breathing.
But now that Travolta's getting masseuses to wank him off,
You like him more?
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
I'm going to make a prediction. It's going to be the first sort of gay actor that everyone knew was gay. Everyone sort of knew that allegedly, I'm not saying he is for suing reasons, he might not be, blah, blah, blah. But he was the one that everyone, and even in the industry around Hollywood, everyone says it. Everyone, like, people I know at big agencies say it. You know, it's no secret. And he's going to be the one that's I think he's going to actually get caught out and have to go, yep, go on Oprah and then talk to that fat lesbian.
Didn't you like? Don't you like?
I'm
Wonder,
joking.
like,
These people aren't gay.
like as an entertainer, like can you
Oprah's
just not go anywhere and get jacked off anymore or blown?
Yeah, well,
Does everybody have to? Does everyone tell?
Not everyone tells. No, if he's in trouble with 2 guys are telling him, he's probably fucked 100 guys and only 2 of them are told.
That's what you call the tip of the iceberg.
Here's the thing: something pretty big has to happen. I know somebody, a friend of a friend, that's very like as famous as you can fucking get. He's massively famous, and he fucks everything.
Thanks, Eddie.
And it never comes out. You have to do it in a way that has a story behind it. Like you gotta like when Ray Fiennes fucked the flight attendant on the plane, or you fuck like somebody like you're straight and you fuck somebody.
Smart celebrities. They sign non-disclosure agreements and they pay the people that they fuck a lot of money to not say anything. And if you do say something, we could sue the fuck out of you, and you're in breach of contract, and so on and so forth. Wow.
Somebody, a famous comedian.
But hookers never really dob people.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing.
But
Or if you want to
to
fuck a girl that's not a hooker, and you want it still costs like a hooker.
Do you think rock guys have that? Where like, if you're on tour, like if a girl blows you in the bathroom, you gotta fucking do it.
No, rock guys don't, because they sort of got that. It's not a story. Because their wives also have to assume.
And they're expected to do it. I think if you're expected to do it, can't talk about that either. Fuck.
I guess I'm talking about the NBA playoffs. Everything we're talking about is like, kill it. Talk about Fast Eddie again.
Yeah.
He's Fast Eddie forever to me.
We have enough trouble with mixed up names on here.
Poor old Fast Eddie. I'm feeling now. I've gone.
Fast Eddie.
I've been angry with Fast Eddie, and now I'm feeling sorry for him now.
Why don't you guys just start calling him Fast Eddy and
Because
just
my name's Eddie, and then we're gonna.
Yeah, but he would.
yeah.
That's how I tell the difference between the two of you. You're Eddie, and that's Fast Eddie. I just call him Eddie if you weren't around. But I'm starting to feel sorry for Jason now, because he really believes he's going to be a movie star and stuff. It's the most competitive industry in the world.
Wait, before he met us, people weren't like, "Hey, you're the funniest guy in the world."
Before he met,
they were like, "Can you get me a coffee, please?"
Yeah, no one ever referred to him as being funny before he met. I'll tell you what, no one ever wore a T-shirt with him on before he fucking met us.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Hour, if that is your real name, I will put my fans against your fan base. Let's fucking take this. Come on. I'm taking it to the tweets, baby.
Oh, I don't know about this. You better check with the Apple sisters.
Ian, will you fight with us?
And it doesn't work out in the patch.
If we're fighting with weapons, what prison do I go to buy that long?
The nigger shiv. The nigger shiv. Where do I get the nigger shiv?
You better put an A on that, or it's going to be a problem in the cell block. You just walk on the yard. I'm here for the nigger shiv. No,
It's my accent. I said it like that.
My friend Al said it. I mean Ian. Yeah, dude. No, that's.
I want to buy one of those shivs for my fight.
Dude, you might have to fucking do something, dude. It's all, you guys are starting some East Coast, West Coast.
Oh, we have no problem.
Yeah.
You don't know what we fucked up the Apple sisters.
I don't. He is Irish. There could be a car bomb waiting for us at the patch.
Dude, fucking good fellas.
He's only 5 blocks away. Don't come over here.
Jason, you can come back whenever you want. I look at it the same way as my dad looks at gay marriage. If you want to do that, all right. But if you change your mind, there's lovely girls over there.
If you're ever feeling shitty about your career, do you ever just go on IMDb and just like, it'll be like 117% increase in 2 days? You're like, great. Like, that's like your mom and your aunt look at it.
That's because you just checked yourself.
That's like signing your name on the SAT. Like, you get 600 points just for looking at it. Like, your shit is always like through the roof. Is it?
I wish there was a way to cheat on that like there was the SATs.
Yeah. So I don't think I blew the SATs. I went to a fucking horseshit college because I fucking.
Everyone I know cheated on the SATs.
I didn't. Really?
Oh fuck yeah! You pay an Asian dude to go in and fucking take it in another school.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought there've been enough movies made.
I do know one kid that cheated on the SATs. He paid a guy to go to another school with his ID and just went in because they don't like card you like a bar. They're like, oh, here's your ID, and he went in. He took his SAT and he scored like a 1400. And then the dude with like a 2.0 GPA got into like a good school, but that kid's dead now.
Okay.
The moral to this story is you can't always get what you want.
Yeah, I went to a fucking black college in Mississippi.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, it was fucking.
What's that like?
I don't.
Lynchmont High.
It's not even. No, was it all? It's just Jackson, dude.
Was it
What's it called?
Was it just really a plantation?
It's called Tougaloo College.
Your name's Al Jackson. You went to Jackson College.
I went. There's Jackson State, which is in Mississippi.
Did you have classes like, all right, now we're gonna pick cotton?
There was just like,
Eddie.
for real, like
That's
honest.
too much, Eddie.
Super racist.
Yeah,
So I
is
got
it
too
that
far.
like are you the racism?
I just checked.
I'm Jewish. We helped out. you know?
I check around the room to see how racist it went.
Yeah.
If Jim says it's racist, I'm in big fucking
She was
trouble.
like-
Yeah, that was.
The thing is, I didn't even.
Now you wait a cotton picking
I
moment.
feel like when you're a comic, you don't even register shit out like that. I didn't even absorb that. I was like, oh, okay.
What was the name of the school?
It was Tougaloo.
Tougaloo.
That's the name of it. It's a small black school. It's like
How small? Was it you?
850 people.
All of our fans at
Not-
Tougaloo College.
It was-
No,
Tell us your Tougaloo story.
not to be mistaken with Jigaboo College.
That was. I didn't get in there.
If we
That was my reach school.
that was your safety. If we started a war with Tougaloo,
Yeah.
Oh no, we wouldn't win that.
no, we would. They
The
don't-
Tuvalu people would fuck us up, man. It's a black university in
Jim.
fucking Jackson.
Jim, they don't have computers.
Hey, I've seen the show. They have that one that winds up.
They got the one that runs on the generator.
I donated it, I think.
I fucking loved that. It was such a weird. I didn't realize how different.
How was your ice hockey team?
It was I should have started one just so eventually I could have a movie now.
That was a movie.
called Against All Odds. Al Jackson starts an ice hockey team with
the Tougaloo, Mississippi.
people have never seen ice before.
Just a sequel to Cool Runnings.
You guys start off rollerblading.
Yeah, exactly. People are talking shit to us. You'll never make it.
Guy gets his tooth knocked out. He's like, "That's my gold one."
Yeah. I didn't know we were gonna be doing a bunch of Cool Runnings references. People watch that movie. That was like something I turned from every time.
That movie made a lot of money.
I didn't want to see that. It just seems
That
so
movie.
corny.
That movie.
But it
made
was from a true story.
It made almost as much as speed dating.
Speed dating.
Speed dating. Oh, yeah. I
want to know more about Tougaloo. How many men? How many women?
I don't know. It was a small enough school, and this is how much. It's so weird how I'm such a different dude that like when I first got to campus as a freshman, I maybe had fucked one girl, and I was unaware of this at the time, but like within 2 weeks of our school was this small that I guess like there was a lot of people fucking on our campus. And there was a syphilis outbreak to the point where they got all the fucking Negroes into a stadium and talked to us because there were so many
Syphilis field.
There were so many people with syphilis on my campus. Syphilis, I'm not even joking. Like there were so many people that they had to talk to everyone. They were like, we can't contain this. Like fucking, it should have been Cuba Gooding Jr. in an outbreak suit. Like, you guys have to stop fucking raw dog.
Contagion.
You guys are in advanced Spanish.
An urban version of 24.
Dude, and it's funny. I didn't realize until just now how ridiculous that was. But like, I guess like they were just.
Did you have it?
Not fucking anybody.
It could have gotten to the stage where everyone had it, where it's just like, well, we can all keep fucking.
And they were like, "Let's just turn this into a blind school."
Yeah. It's funny because like I feel like I don't know how your sexual experience changed as dudes, but like for me, I feel like I went from no fucking to an avalanche of pussy for a long time. But it was zero. Like my boys were fucking at like 14. Like I didn't fuck a chick till I fucked a chick a week before prom, and I didn't even know we were gonna fuck.
And then when did the avalanche start?
I started fucking a lot of girls probably around like a 22.
So
20.
Yeah, 21 it kicked off
22,
for me. I started
23,
fucking a lot of chicks.
and then from like 23 till up until like it was a decent amount.
it hasn't started.
That was.
So
how did it work out for you? Were you? You looked like you were fucking surfing and shit. You probably getting girls at 15.
no, I didn't get. I was the same way. High school was awful.
Yeah.
I got one girl at 15, then nothing till 18.
I feel like that would be worse.
Mine was and then at college I had a girlfriend all through college, like the whole 4 years, and then she dumped me, and that's when fucking I had a friend that like opened the gates of pussy to me.
How did he do it?
I had the friend, we went to the beach for a weekend, and he just showed me how you do it. He's like, what you do is you just try to fuck this girl like in a porta-john, and then, and then you take this one back to the hotel, then you kick her out and you bring another one in. And I was like, oh, it was like I had met my Gollum.
Yeah.
Like
Oh no,
you had
actually,
showed me to the
18
ring.
it kicked off. I started working in a bar, and I had a nicer physique and stuff then, and I started fucking then around.
The
18.
bar will do it for any. There's certain
Yeah.
things in guys'
Well, you
lives.
just see how people socialize and how you probably, without even realizing, there was probably a couple dudes in the bar that you respected, and you watched how they talk to chicks.
Yeah.
And you were just like,
also,
okay,
the thing is, I was an
an
18-year-old working in a bar, which in Australia was illegal, and then there was a few guys that were like 24, and they became like my mates.
Yeah.
When you got those older friends, and they knew what they were doing, and then you'd get a few of their offcuts.
Yeah.
The friends of friends and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's how you really get into it.
I feel like there's certain professions and things where people get into it, and it's like a cheat. Where you get, like, if you're a bartender and you don't get laid, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
Like, bartenders always get laid because it's just an easy. It's the same thing with a comedian because you break down all those barriers right away.
Yeah.
You talk about sex, you talk about this. They know who you are. They can come up to you and talk to you right afterwards. So there's certain jobs like that. Like, you hear about cops and firemen, how they
Yeah.
get pussy all the
Nah.
time, or an athlete. But there's certain jobs that, and sometimes it's weird fucking
Yeah.
jobs. Like somebody.
I've never had an occupation in my entire life that the first thought didn't go in, will this job get me pussy?
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Every job I've ever had, I've always thought, will this job get me pussy?
Oh, I was saying you don't think that.
No. Every job was like I had to.
Wow.
Guys, I'm going to university to become an accountant. You're like,
Yeah, doesn't that? Yeah, I think
How is that going to work for you today? Have you talked to the head of your penis about this show?
yeah.
Every
I
job
think
I've
your
ever-
maths are wrong.
Yeah, every job I've ever taken has been like that was the prime motivator. Like I was a lifeguard, and I've got to say, of all the jobs I've ever done, even like being a comedian or comedians always, I get so much. I was an ocean lifeguard, and for 4 years during college, but I was an idiot because I had a girlfriend the whole time. Every other lifeguard was fucking everything. Like we had a doctor on like staff who would take care of your STDs. Like they would you'd go to work.
And
in
the name of
morning,
this doctor is?
and you'd go, hey, it burns when I pee, and they go see the doc.
Yeah.
And like guys were going, there were guys that kept a roll. You know, they'd be like, oh, I had 80 girls this summer, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it, and I wish I could go in a time machine back to then because I was the idiot. I remember sitting on a stand one time with a guy. He goes, it was my second week on the patrol. He goes, so how's it going? I go, good. He goes, getting a lot of pussy? I go, no, I got a girlfriend. He goes, let me tell you something. Every girl I fuck has a boyfriend.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking gangster.
He goes, somebody's fucking your girlfriend right now.
Dude. And I feel like once you realize that, it makes it impossible to be faithful to a girlfriend. Like I was never faithful to a girlfriend ever. Not like I would cheat on them like the day of. Like when we were like, is this official? I'm gonna go and fucking never. It wasn't even I'm not trying to be funny.
That's
was
really
not a concept.
Really wrong of you.
Like I just see guys on dates as like as a comic, and I'm not trying to be an asshole because I think it's good. Now.
Try to crawl out of this one.
No,
In your 20s,
like,
in your 20s,
like to see a 26-year-old dude on a date, I would like literally, I would fuck a girl, get up, pretend like I was sick, stay in my bathroom, pretend like I was throwing up, wait till she left, call another girl, and me and my boys would be like, let's see if we can try and fuck 3 girls tonight.
Yeah.
Like my boys, we used to call each other on the phone while we were fucking.
Don't you hate
girls
it when
and
you
shit,
see
like,
these young comics who aren't fucking everything, and they're sort of like, no, I didn't get into comedy for women. Look, I got into comedy because people told me I was funny, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't get into it for women. I always wanted to be a comic. I admired comedians. But just at least get the fruits of your fucking labor. Like, utilize the situation. Don't be like, oh, no.
It's like Christian rock stars. I look at them, I go, why? Why?
Because the women that want to fuck them are just like tight and
The
juicy.
dirty
Fucking-
sex a Christian rock star could have.
Because it's forbidden right up until
I'd
the time.
like, I even talked about it once. I was talking to some comedian about it. I said, I'd like to just pose and go into like maybe being like a Christian comedian just so I could infiltrate the world and just dirty fuck everything. Like dirty fuck. Like have them
That
say,
has to be going on though.
like say like make them say like Jesus shit while you're fucking them.
What was like,
your cock
everybody's listening. Can you go back to your racist shit?
Yeah.
The Jesus ranting during the fucking is a little much.
Oh, your cock feels like Jesus coming inside me. You know, like that kind of dirty, crazy shit. And he's like, they'll kill you. They'll hunt you down and kill you. God, I think if we could air the stuff that's been edited out of the show.
Way to piss off all the fans, Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Ernie. He looks at us all the time, just like, I'm going to someday. I just laughed at like saying that to Ernie and look at this, and I farted accidentally.
Yo, have y'all ever farted in front of a girl? Like not ever, but like in the last couple of years, in front of her, and you realize like you weren't trying to be funny and you just farted uncontrollably in front of her.
All the time.
But that never happened. Like ever, and you just go to get out of the bed and you fart in front of your wife, and you're like, well, I'm done with that. I'm done fucking tonight.
There's a guy, Jay Davis, comedian Jay Davis.
Yes, I know Jay.
Jay Davis and his wife at the time are standing outside of Swingers, the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I had just eaten a cupcake, and it was the fucking best cupcake I'd ever eaten. And his wife had one in a takeaway box, and I pointed at it. She was holding it down by her waist, and I went, "I want to eat your cupcake so bad." And it sounded like I want to eat your pussy.
Yeah.
And everybody started laughing, and we were all laughing, and I laughed and I farted. And they just looked at me and went, Did you just fart? I couldn't go, no. I just had to go, uh-huh.
It helps if you're already laughing.
I farted on the first day of university in front of all my new classmates before we knew each other's names. Like, it was a drama school thing. Right, so fucking musical theatre and shit at university. So to begin with a university like that, it's like we're all going to play a game to get to know each other, right? So you have to throw the ball and then you catch it and you have to say the person's name. You have to say your name and then throw the ball. And then the game progresses. You have to remember everyone else's name.
Is this
and then
a core exercise?
you know what I mean? So you got to jump in the so you got to jump in the middle, grab the ball. So I jumped in the middle and I went jump and I was about to go Jim and I went. And I just met these guys like a second ago, and I was like, well, we'll be spending 3 years together.
And there were how many kids in your school?
In my university
Yeah,
course?
in your class.
Was it
In
as
my
big
class,
as Tougaloo?
20.
20. He went through, like, Tougaloo, you had 800, so you had 200 a year. He had 20.
20 a year in that
That's like
course.
an X-Men class.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, and we got told that five of us...
He was the fart guy.
5 of us would complete the course, and it was like, thousands of people auditioned for those 20 spots.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was a hard one to get into.
And this was for singing or for...
A musical theatre. It was the same thing that Hugh Jackman did. The same course,
Can
same
you give us a little bit musical?
No.
Come on, a little bit.
No.
Come on.
I tell you what I do. I have satellite radio. I often do rock out to the Broadway station, and I know a lot of the words.
I actually do too. I was raised on. My dad wanted me to be gay, so a lot of Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals.
Explain this, Jesse. I'm curious.
My dad loved musicals and wanted to be an opera singer, and so like
really,
we always listening and watching musicals.
I still like musicals.
Yeah, I mean,
I was gonna say, do you still like them, or you at least respect them?
I like them. Yeah, I mean, I don't
Jesse,
really watch much of the new ones, but
Jesse,
the old ones.
Me and you, let's go see Follies.
All right, I'm down. Yeah.
Stephen Sondheim. It never got better than that, kid.
I really would, because when Jim lived here, I used to hear him singing in the shower all the time, and I was like he went to this very prestigious school and was like a professional opera singer. And
I got nodules. I can't sing anymore.
And I was like, really?
I didn't make that up. I really can't sing anymore.
No, I believe that you were a singer, but I would just hear you in the shower and go, "This is it."
What made you decide to go from the singing opera singer route to the comedian
nodules.
route? Was that the nodules?
I got nodules, but also I always had it. I did some open spot mic spots when I was 17, and then every time we did an opera or a musical at university, I sort of would do a funny role but I was a funny guy, and I always wanted to be a comic, and my parents didn't want me to be a comedian. They thought that this was, even though many of my friends still in Australia now are professional opera singers and stuff like that, they don't make as much money as I do, but it was seen as a more steady job or whatever in my parents' eyes. If I was going to go into the arts, that's the way they would have liked me to have done it.
But now they don't care.
No, now they don't care. Now they don't care. Now I make money out of the word cunt.
But why were your parents into opera singing? Like, what was the?
No, they weren't. I showed potential.
Oh, so you were good at it. They wanted you to do anything you were good at.
Yeah. I showed potential. I did school musicals and stuff, and I had a.
But how do you know you're good at that? Like,
accident. Really, I found out I could sing when I was about sort of 15 years old in a school musical, 14 years old in a school musical.
Because I had the thing where
I went and did 3-unit music and everything like that as part of my like major course at school and everything.
Like how young did they know?
Oh, from the moment my voice broke, really. So 13, 14.
Because I had that when I was in school. I went to Catholic school and we were singing in church, and I remember the nun coming over and tapping me and go, "Just fake your singing." Like,
are you serious?
I swear to God. Like she went, "Fake your singing." Like you're ruining it.
Like
for
how
everyone.
you fake your God.
She gets,
do what we do.
Yeah.
Eyes on us.
Yeah. And I had to like just lip sync because I was ruining.
That would have really bothered me, especially like where my self-esteem was. That would have really fucked me up.
No, it got me the other way where I was like, okay, let's tick that one off. There's many more to go that I'm not good at.
But my best buddy in Australia is a professional opera
Which
singer.
one's that?
Andrew Moran.
Oh, I met Andrew.
Yeah,
Andrew and I had a good time in Australia together.
Andrew's a fucking drunk gambler.
Have I told the story about Andrew on stage?
Not that I know.
Machete, did I ever tell this? I already told
You can
it.
tell it again.
I was on stage one night in Australia, and I told about our podcast. I go, you gotta listen to our podcast I do with a comedian named Jim Jeffries. Anybody who know Jim Jeffries? And this one guy screams out, "I know Jim Jeffries."
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh, you know him?" He goes, "Yeah, he's my best friend." And I go, "Really?" And this is like there's 500 people in the audience. I go, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Andrew." And I go, "Never heard of you." I go, "I live with him. I've never heard of you." And so I just kind of make fun of him. He and I met up after the show and just got shit-faced together and compared stories.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You lived with Jim?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I live with Jim." And he started telling me stuff. He's like, "Yeah, he does this." I'm like, "Yeah, he still does this." And it was like two women at a battered women's shelter.
Commiserating. It's fucking beautiful.
You really like that joke, Jim.
Yeah. We had a good time, man. And we lived in a house. We had no fucking money, and it was the type of house where you stole furniture from the side of the road. Type of level of
We did that up until about a year ago.
yeah.
When you say you had no fucking money, like, what do you mean you had no money?
This is the extent of how little amount of money I had. One time, I put $2.14 worth of petrol in my car.
Yeah.
Because that's how much money I had. And another time, I ran out of petrol going to university, so I just left it by the side of the road and walked the rest of the way. and that car sat there in that position for 5 days.
we used to do a thing where we had no gas. Like we'd buy like $1 worth of gas to see how far we could get on $1, and we would go until it would run out, and then my friend would yell bobsled, and the goal would be to get it to a place where you could get it going downhill a little bit.
Yeah.
So we would run it like a bobsled, and you would push, and you get it to where you could get a little bit of momentum, and then as it went downhill, you start the gas again, and because the gas tank, if the gas is running downhill,
it kind of sparks a little bit.
Yeah, you can get a little more out of it.
Little combustion.
The only time I've ever shoplifted or actually stolen from a department store or something like that, the only time, well, not a department store, is we were having a party and we had this fridge that we'd tipped on its back that we were going to fill with ice and beer and everything. But it took a lot of ice to fill this thing. So there was a girl that worked there at the petrol station. You know the ice machines out the side?
Yeah.
We opened the door and I just backed my car up and distracted the girl at the counter like, "You have pretty eyes," while he filled the car with ice.
And ice is like 99 cents.
That's fucking ghetto. Even Al's looking at you like, damn.
Did you do any shit like that in Tugan or whatever it was called?
I like how the name
Tugaloo.
Jim called it Tubaloo, and then like after motherfuckers have forgot after 20 minutes, it just goes to one syllable, just Tugan.
How was Two-Pack College?
Did
you guys have a step program yet?
It was first of all we did. It was like I'm telling you, man, there dudes like that like I would have never finished college if I had gone to like a real college and start. Like I needed like baby steps. Because like at a small black college, they'll be like, if you miss like 2 days of college, they'll be like, they'll call you like your teacher will call you on your phone and be like, "Now, Jim."
Oh, that's the same.
You know, like I needed that. I needed somebody to walk my black ass to class because I wasn't going.
I had a course in my university that like I showed up for every class and everything, and then I was like, "What's this tap dance interpretations exam they want us to do?" And then Andrew goes, "We wonder why you never showed up for that."
You just never.
I just never knew I had that class. I was enrolled in it, then the exam was coming up, and I go, "Oh fuck hell."
I still have like it's the nightmares I have are like really
The worst nightmares in the world. That thing of like the exam where
That's
you
it.
Oh,
That's it.
I have one where I
still have it.
Where I'm not graduating from
That's
high
it.
school.
That's all mine are.
Yeah.
All the weird nightmares I have that I haven't finished school, and I'm going to tell it right now, and I'm going to admit it. And I don't care. You can come after me. I never really finished college. Like I have a degree.
I didn't finish.
I have a degree. I have my degree, but I cheated. I went and did an internship and lied and bullshitted and fudged shit and got 12 credits for something that I should have gotten 3. So I don't, and I think it weighs on me like that. I wake up like my nightmare is I'm not finishing school. I didn't finish this class
thing.
or I didn't
Weird.
finish this.
I've never that dream where you go on stage and you don't have any jokes to tell. And I've had that on stage. I've had where my brain's gone, I'm fucked. Or you know what I do on stage when that happens? When I can't remember a single joke, I just own up. I go, I've forgotten all of my jokes. Can someone please give just a moment?
I was in Vegas.
Got one.
I was in Vegas last week, and that happened to me 1,000 times because in Vegas I kept feeling like it's kind of corporate, and you can't be yourself, and you got to be. You don't want to offend.
Oh yeah,
people.
Vegas doesn't like you to do outrageous things. It's a very
No, but it's weird.
conservative city.
But the comedy clubs are like
Keep them
old.
gambling, homie.
They're all old people, and you're not, it's a big corporation, and they get really pissed off about certain things. So the whole time, I just kept going into a joke and going, I can't say that, I can't say that, I can't say that, and then it was like, I don't have anything, and I kept like just getting to these points where I'm like, does anybody have any ideas?
Have you ever done that one where you're about to tell a story like about an albino, and then you see an albino, and you go, anyway, you know what? What's your name? Where do you work? You know what I mean?
I have just a brief like reference to fucking in a handicap store. And I was in Houston this week, and this dude was like, clearly in a wheelchair, like front row, and like I didn't want to fucking offend him. Because I know everybody's gonna look if you say something about fucking, like clearly he's using it.
And then people,
you know what I'm saying? But it's not shitting on them. But it's like people fucking handicap stores. They're bigger.
I shit
in them when I have diarrhea.
Oh my, I shit in them regardless. They got sinks in them. You don't have to fucking use a regular sink.
I just love them when I have diarrhea because I think technically when you have diarrhea you are handicapped, and so you should be able to use a handicap.
But it's
store.
always like you go into a handicap stall, and I had a friend who was always like, "Don't go in there. What if a handicapped person needs it?" It's like, I'm not living here.
I've never seen a handicapped person in a bathroom.
But you know what I mean? It's like when I go to the toilet and someone else is in there, I wait until it's my turn.
Yeah.
They're still going to be able to use it.
Why can't they wait?
Yeah, exactly.
I love when people come up to you after the show to tell you too, like, oh, you did that joke about Christopher Reeve. Did you see the guy in the wheelchair? And it's like, why are you telling me? This show I did on Thursday, I did a cancer joke, and someone came up and they go, oh, our table loved it. Even the girl with cancer thought it was.
Here she is. She's vomiting in the bathroom when she gets back.
The worst one I ever did, the worst thing I ever did on stage, where I just had to apologize to this crying girl. There was. I was doing a gig in Birmingham, and there was just this table of like acting students like that, right? And one of them had a shaved head, and she was really lippy, and just wouldn't shut up, and wanted to be center of attention and everything like that. And I said, I went to drama school. I know your fucking type, sweet. I got real nasty with it. I said, you know your type. You're alternative. You shaved your head. You're quirky, right? Like this, right? She had that disease where your hair just falls out.
What's it called? One of my homeboys grew alopecia.
Alopecia, where her hair just, and she burst into tears.
That's the worst for a woman.
And then they said she has alopecia. She had a shiny bald head. She has alopecia, and I'm like, But she was so confident. How did she have such confidence?
I know.
She should have worn a scarf. That's her fault.
Yeah, I can't.
I've got a receding hairline, and I don't have that confidence.
The guy came up to me. One of the guys was at the table. Said, "Oh, look, she's a bit upset." I said, "I want to apologize to her." And she just screamed, "Do you know what it's like to lose your hair?" And I said, "I do. It's just a lot slower than I assume what you're going through." I know that doesn't make. I couldn't apologize enough to her.
What? That's not even your.
Because I think even everyone booed her and everything. Like they all took my side. Like it was just a horrible. Even now when I say it, I feel shame rushing through me.
That's got to be the worst is when the crowd is backing you up. And there's a girl.
And when you're beating on someone and you know you're wrong, but you're still going.
Yeah.
I've done it where you're like, it's for the show.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the show. But have you ever, at the end of a show, like when somebody complains, have you ever lied to them to get, like, I had a woman in Newcastle at what was that, the Hyena?
I've lied about diseases that family members of mine had.
I did it. The Hyena, a woman came up to me and she goes, "Can I talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Is there a disease, a disorder, a religion, anything that you didn't make fun of?" And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, "How dare you?" She goes, "You made jokes about friendly fire, and I'm from Canada, and a bunch of our troops were killed in Canada or in Iraq or Afghanistan, and you have the audacity to make fun of them." And I just looked her right in the eye and I go, "My brother died in the World Trade Center." I go, "He died, and the way that I get through it is by getting up here and telling jokes, and that's the way. How dare you fuck?" And I just started yelling at her to the point where she started
apologized.
Yeah,
didn't she?
yeah. And then
I've done things like that.
and as a comedian, you can get so committed where you're like,
I can
you really
fool
embrace
myself.
your-
I
Yeah.
can fool
Dad
myself
did-
that I'm a good actor.
Yeah.
I one of the great ones that I did. I used to do a joke years ago. I don't think it ever got in the term. The term spastic is like the real nasty word in Britain. Say spastic more than retard or anything like that.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
I used to have a joke that went, and this actually did have. I used to have a joke that go. A lot of people find me offensive, and the reason for that is there's a lot of spastics out there. I said, "Do you want to know who get finds that word offensive? Not the spastics, people who know spastics, people who are friends with spastics." I'll tell you what, I did some gigs for Scope, which is a cerebral palsy charity, and I asked them why they wanted me to do it, and they said, "Well, you're the only guy that ever made jokes about us whilst we're in the room. So anyone who's offended, you can go get fucked." They gave me 3 right? Was their rating, right? It's a good little joke, right? So anyway, so I'm standing in the back of this comedy club with Tom Stade, who's a very good,
best. I love
one of the
Tom.
best comics in the world. Just this Canadian guy just sort of speaks like this, and this is actually a remarkable
I'd kill to
impersonation.
Tom Stade, if you ever listen to this, we'd kill to have you on this show.
It's just, I tell you what there, Jimmy, this is what we're going to do. Right, so Tom Stade is standing at the back with me, and he's just bitching about his wife and his family, how his kids are weighing him down. And, so he's at the back, and this woman comes up, and I see her go, and she's got a drink, and she goes to the bar and goes, "Can I please have some water?" Right? And she gets the glass of water because she doesn't want to waste a drink, and she comes up, and she goes, "How dare you say that word?" She goes, "My son's disabled," and went psh in my face with the thing, right? And I sort of thought, well, you'd make a joke like that every now and again. You got to come in.
Yeah.
I can take a water to the face, right? And I just went, "Okay, I'm sorry about that." And then Tom said, "Maybe you shouldn't have smoked so much crack while you were pregnant."
Tom Stade is unbelievable.
Which leads us full circle back to crackhead ladies.
Yeah, Tom Stade, the night that Mickey D, one of our common friends, got so fucking shit-faced, like he was doing drugs all night and everything. He didn't make it to his show. Like his show in a big theater was going on that he was emceeing. He didn't make it, and he finally, the promoter calls me. He goes, "Do you know where Mickey is?" I found him in his hotel room. I go, "Get up, get the fuck down there now!" And he just in the clothes he'd been wearing for like 2 days. He's got red wine stained all over his face. He runs down there to go do the show, and Tom Stade's on the show. And like 20 minutes later, I get down there to see what's happened. And he should be on stage. And I go to Tom Stade. I go, "What's going on?" He goes, "Mickey showed up. He was a fucking mess." He goes, "They had to pull him off stage. He couldn't even speak." And I go, "What is he? What's happening?" He goes, "It was amazing."
It was so amazing. Like Mickey couldn't talk or anything. It was
And
so
I
good.
go, where is he? And Tom goes, he's over there. They're yelling at him.
Tom Stade taught me a lot of stuff about comedy. Really, like he's one of. I will credit Tom Stade, one of the best comics in the world. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
he really is.
He's so fucking funny on and off stage. Just
He's
in
one of those
case.
comics that'll get on stage and tell the audience that he hates
Just
them.
you know what's wrong with you? You just think, oh, is this what you want to hear? Shitty fuck jokes? Is it when Jim Jeffries back out here? You haven't had enough swearing this evening? Am I boring you?
That's fucking.
Like he's one of those comics who walks out and goes, "So I'm here in your town. I don't know why other than money. I don't want to be here."
He used to do that joke. What was his joke? We used to go, because just moved up to Newcastle in the north of England, and they have houses up there for $20,000. And I thought, geez, I want to get on board with that. So I'm up there and I'm speaking to the realtor, and I'm like, hey man, why is this house like $20,000? And he goes, well, there's a lot of drug dealers around here. He goes, okay, now tell me what's wrong with this house. And like to Tom, that's not even a joke. Like Tom would have actually gone, yeah, I just.
Tom took me back to a party to his hotel room one night, and he's got kids. He's got 2 little kids, and he takes me back to his party, and he's like, we're gonna go party in our hotel room. And I'm like, but Tom, you do that in somebody's room that. You don't go back to a room with kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's like, no, we're going back to my room. Let's go.
Oh,
and I'm like, this is probably a bad idea. And I'm thinking, we're going to have to be really quiet,
Yeah.
And we walk in the room and he goes, kids, get up. We're having a party.
There was one time I'm on a train with him. I know his wife quite well. I won't say her name because and he's got beautiful kids. His wife's beautiful. He's a really handsome guy as well. Really handsome guy. He actually was meant to be. He goes, I was meant to be the Johnny Depp character in 21 Jump Street, but I didn't show up for the last audition. They gave it to Johnny Depp. It's like a true story.
Yeah.
Like his life could have gone completely differently. So we're on a train in Britain, and his wife's gone off to the food cart bit of the train to come back and everything. And his little boy's just sitting there, and his 4-year-old girl or 5-year-old girl, she starts dancing on top of the table like this, right? And even I'm sort of looking like, come on, bit of parenting, any time now, like this, right? But Tom just doesn't. He's just fucking stoned, just phased out. The kid's dancing on the table, and his wife comes up and goes, "For fuck's sake, Tom! For fuck's sake! She's dancing on the fucking table, Tom." He goes, "She's 4 years old. If she's still dancing on tables at 18, I will intervene."
That's a hot ass line.
He's the best, Tom Stade.
All right, that'll wrap it up.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's the only way to end it. That's some funny shit.
Al
though.
Jackson, you made it 2 episodes.
Oh shit! I feel special.
You are special.
I got my name. I got my name at the end of the podcast, like Tina Turner.
We rarely do that. You made a double episode.
Yes,
That was
sir.
a good one.
It's fucking dope.
And you can take that little pit bull home with you.
Yo, I fucking love this.
I'm going to the bathroom, everyone. Good night.
All right, so I'll close it up. Thank you guys for listening. Al, anything to plug?
Just my Twitter, Al Jackson Comedy.
Listen to Al Jackson Comedy. Thank you, Al. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got love for y'all.
Jim is going to be May 31st, June 2nd, West Palm Beach Improv, and June 8th to 10th, San Jose Improv, June 15th to 17th, Bray Improv. Just go to improv.com, look up Jim Jeffries. That's all you got to do. I'm at, this will play after it, so never mind. I'm not at Morty's. I'm in Seattle. I'm coming. Where else am I? Flappers, Burbank, California, and then Australia. I got a whole fucking month in Australia. So I'll see you in Australia. And that's it. Just go to our Twitter. Live show. Come see us. And, we're going to let Jason come. We might not let him on the show. We'll be doing a lot to Jason. So come see us June 14th at the Paris. The Paris in Las Vegas. Tickets available at jimandeddytalkshit.com. Goodbye. What?